We're here with Coach Addy Miller after a win against Ursuline, 87-76. Coach, tell me your thoughts on that matchup.
Yeah, it was a wild one. Obviously, the last 3 games we've been playing offense really, really well. I'm still a defensive-minded coach. I still want that to be the priority in our best side of the floor. And I kind of told them, just because we've been focusing on offense more the last couple of weeks, like, we still have to lock down. And I feel like we were a little lackadaisical on that side today. They shot it well. But I told them in the locker room, like, if they hit 10 threes, that's okay. We can overcome that, but we can't add it with 20 free throws. And so I think when you're giving up 50 points from 2 things, it's a problem. But we scored it so well that luckily it didn't matter. But if we're not hitting 15 threes, if we're not in flow on offense, it's a different game. But really proud of their effort. We've been really harping on effort in terms of getting on the floor, rebounding. The last 2 games, we've rebounded really well on offense and defense. So we're gaining, we're growing. The last 3-4 games, even Ashland, obviously I talked about growth, and I feel like we're continuing an upward trend of that, so really proud of them.
Coach Aaron Lynn, broadcaster, that's the question I was going to ask. You came in here, the first thing you said last home game was, we grew.
Yeah.
Now you played a tough game against Northwood, back-to-back wins. Can you talk a little bit more about what that growth has kind of looked like over the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, it's been fun to see, but I think it's been for them a little refreshing. Like, as a coaching staff, we knew that we could, and we knew what we wanted that to look like. And even you can see growth even when the outcome's not there. We talked about that last week, and I feel like that they finally got to see, okay, growth with a win, which even furthers their confidence. Getting a win on the road at Findlay, I think, really solidified that. So really proud of them. The last 2 weeks have been really, really good. Practices, I felt like we've grown, because before that, I felt like we were kind of hitting a wall of not. But they're coming in, they're asking questions, they're being engaged in film. They really, truly want to get better. It's such a fun group to coach. But I'm glad that they're seeing that growth pay off right now.
Coach Johnny Gaunt, broadcaster. Ursuline, you played up there, really close game. You had a lead, gave it up, and they were able to take it at the end. You had a lead, gave it up in this one again too. What did you see? Aaron just mentioned with growth moments. What did you see out of the team in that moment to respond?
Yeah, I think the last 2 games, during the 10-game losing streak, we've been up in every game, right? We had been up in every game, and whether that was little or whether that was 14, 17, whatever, I don't know, the biggest one was, I think, probably at Westland or Lake Erie, but we were up a lot and we lost it, right? We lost it. I feel like at Northwood, we were up, we lost it, we were up, right? So we were showing a different way of growth, even though it ended with a 4-point loss. The growth was different. And I feel like at Findlay, we were up. It was like, okay, what are we going to do? I went in at halftime. I was like, okay, we've been here before, the last 10 games. Now we're on 11 or 12, whatever that looks like. How are we going to handle it? Are we going to continue to learn, to have experience, to hold it? Because we should. We were playing well at the time. And we did. We held it on to a 10-point win and played well the second half. I feel like today was the same. Like, it tested us, right? We were up. It got close. I think it got tied. I don't think we were ever down, but it got tied. And so it's like, okay, what are we going to do now? And I think all of the experiences we've had the last couple of weeks are different, right? Some of them, it's got tied. Some of them we've got down and we've came back. Some of them we stayed ahead. And so I think it's really good experience for them to see all different scenarios. It hasn't been the same thing over and over again like it was on the losses. So I feel like even in Ashland, even in Northwood, it was a different way of growing. And we talk about all of those things, especially when you have an inexperienced team. You need things like this. That they can look back on and be like, okay, we've been here and we didn't get as tense this time, or we didn't, not get a rebound like we did at Northwood. Like, things like that, I think, are really, really important that they're starting to see. We've really talked about, okay, how are you being guarded, early in the game? And I think that they're really buying into really learning the game of basketball through a 40-minute span instead of just like series. Or just a one possession by one possession thing. So it's really fun to see. It's not always easy to see in a game. Obviously, we're with them all the time. But it's really fun to see their brains kind of click and them kind of fight in a different way. And they've been doing that recently.
Thank you for your time, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, we're here with Regan Hubert after a win against Ursuline. Regan, 25 points, 7 for 11 from 3. Tell me what was going through your head in that matchup.
I'm just really proud of our team. We keep talking about growth. We keep talking about, like, we've had a lot of really close losses. And so we just keep talking about, like, just to get over the hump, to get the win. And today I think really showed that. Like, you can kind of see it in everybody at all the media timeouts and even, like, on huddles on the court. Like, everybody had that fire. Everybody had that belief. We talk about belief a lot. and everybody believed today, and so we pulled it out, and just feels really, really good. It's like a breath of fresh air. So,
Aaron Lynn broadcasting. Regan, you obviously had a great shooting day. Can you talk about how your team's passing led to some of the open looks that you got? Your team had 22 assists today.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was 22 off of 31 made field goals. And that, I think that's a testament to how unselfish we are. I think that's also a testament to how talented we are. And it's just like we know and love each other really well off the court, and I think that helps feed into our assists as well.
Johnny Gaunt, broadcaster. Regan, you guys had a really tight matchup against Ursuline in the first matchup.
Mm-hmm.
And in that one, you guys gave up a lead. And you had a lead in the second half of this one as well, and you gave it up. But then you could see the regrouping. What was there a lesson learned from that first one? Was there a growth moment? What's the difference? Explain what the difference is mid-season to coming towards the end here.
Yeah, I think to answer your question simply, it just comes down to our experience. I think we've been in those moments before, and like you said, at Ursuline, had the lead, gave it up, ended up losing the game. That has happened more times than we would like this season, and I think we've just been learning from it each and every time. And sometimes we've been practicing like that too. We'll practice against our practice players, and sometimes they'll start them with the lead and be like, okay, you have to fight back and you have to come back and win this. And so I think the more times that we do that, then when we regroup again in huddles or at media timeouts or whatever, we've been here before and we know how to react now.
Thank you, Regan.